First of all, just say thank you, God. I've been making sure that I've been making the same videos about the same things they do over and over to show the trend. Now, I make these videos once they do the things they do. It is the same thing. It is the typical things. And then they go through the same systematic tactics of trying to gaslight me. There's a purpose of why I'm making these videos and making it sound so similar over and over and over and over and over. And, they obviously orchestrate this manipulation and do the same gimmicks and try to gaslight me to internalize what they've done. And this is another memory manipulation video. I've made so many of them at this point. I think it's gone over 100 or so. And my first one was in October of 2020. In that same video, I described what's happening today in details. And it doesn't take a genius to see what they do. They do the same thing over and over and over and over and expect you to at some point subscribe to this. But for me, if I've been documenting it since 2020, I'm expecting that's what they're going to keep doing, because they've been systematically doing that. Then they use these little clowns that trolls you like a child. It's like, yeah, that's right, yeah. I was like, okay, retard. And they talk to me via V2K. Now, I don't care how disconnected they are. I don't care what they need to do to themselves to be able to do the same thing that they've been doing since 2020. Since 2019, to be actually honest, but me making videos since 2020. So for me, I'm not even trying to be threatful. It's like, okay, I expect them to maintain that disconnection. And when I mean disconnection, I expect them to think that they're gonna go through their little scripts. Is that's like the thing that says like of course it's true. Yeah, it's like okay, all right. He killed a 15-year-old child. Okay, I've been making videos since 2020. You're doing the exact same thing. Your tantrum trolling tactics are gonna make me subscribe to this. Okay. They utilize a lot of childlike participants, and I understand why. Because they're going to end up being casualty. They're like the collateral damage. They think that they're so disconnected with reality. They think as they keep doing this same thing, the target individual is going to maintain this passive ways, and they can be childish with the tantrum, with the trolling of a child. And they can do that in front of somebody's face, like, yeah, that's right. And somebody's not going to want to stab them out, punch them out, or do something harmful to them. They really are disconnected in that fashion. I'm not saying I'm going to do that, but that is the kind of disconnection that a lot of these people do. Since 2020, I've been saying this. They have these tactics of manipulating the memories and then try to gaslight you. And the gaslighting and the manipulation of the memory is because today in real time, they tell me, today in real time, they manipulate me in these degrading ways. So what they do is they change my memories to have experiences that they make me experience today. They put perception that you didn't experience. They make you have the sensation that you didn't experience. And as I said in this video in 2020, that's what they do. Then they utilize these disconnected clowns that think that what they're doing is making somebody subscribe to that. They're being very good at convincing and brainwashing instead of just pushing somebody into insanity and hate and rage. And they go through all kind of scripts, things they continuously do, which is distracting me in order to get past, not even to try to make me subscribe this false memory. Is another false memory that I'm going to bring up. In real time, what's happening is they force me to get sexual stimulation and sensation toward these kids of all ages, from the babies to the oldest kids. And matter of fact, they tell me that they're having teenager playing rape victim. For me, that alone makes me understand how I need to confront this trash when I face them. It's okay if they don't believe that there's going to be a confrontation that's going to happen. But me, myself, I prepare myself to go to that end. Because I'm not somebody who's aggressive by nature. I'm not somebody who's naturally somebody who confront people. But this needs to up the appropriate level of aggression, the appropriate level of confrontation if they do that in front of me. Now, they do these things to me psychologically via this technology. They force me to get these sensation stimulations, and it's disgusting. But this teenage trash think that I'm internalizing that. So they disconnect enough to think that I don't understand that I'm being manipulated. They think that this noise campaign and all this theatrics are making me subscribe to that. It's not happening. What you're hearing right now is intertwining with the manipulation and part of how they try to disown me. Because they want me to internalize this manipulation. Matter of fact, as I speak, you can tell that I'm struggling to speak. It's part of what they do. They know that I'm going to crash out if they ever freaking do that in front of me. They're just disconnecting themselves from that because they hope that that's going to make me just pacified. At one point, they even thought they were saying like I'm just trying to intimidate them. I was like, I'm not trying to intimidate anybody at this point. I want to stand on what I'm saying, and I will do what I say. If they think that I've internalized this manipulation, I hope they give me a chance to show how things will go. Now, as they manipulate me like this in real time, as they tell me they're going to frame me with teenage kids or whatever children, they also alter my memories. And that's why I make this video in October. It's like they try to paint that persona, and by painting that persona, they falsify memories over and over and over. They knew I was they manipulate me to have this false memory, and then it made me think of, look at all the videos you have about memory manipulation. It's a long list. It's 100 plus. They're going to do something else at some point. It's going to be the same thing. It's getting almost boring. All kind of memory manipulation from all kind of the different things. I'm seeing some July 4th. I see this and this, the child of this person, this and that. All kind of memory manipulation, non-stop. And then now they're making me imagine, or make me think of when I used to go to a diner where I used to live. And they try to make me think of one of the hosts who looked like she was a teenager, like a little Mexican teenager. Well, I don't know, a little, as in like a teenager. And they try to put memories of me having emotion and memories of it, of this host in a sexual way. Like I was stimulated by her, that I had sensation, and they implanted that in my memories. And so they go through the whole script. Right now, there's even somebody making this noise campaign. Because what they try to do is to interrupt me and try to box in the story. It's very, very basic, or not basic, traditional brainwashing. My mind, my memories are being manipulated. These people are making noise campaign to distort me, and noise campaign like this. And it's intertwining my brain because they try to bring back another falsified memory, a memory of my coworker's child, which they've been working on it. The aim is... So they try to do the same thing, but this time with the host, who's definitely an older kid, by the way, but with the host of this diner. Give me sensation stimulation. They're like, oh, but you looked her up, and I was like, I can look, this trash is... These trash are trying to make me internalize of these things. Like, man, if I was normal, I could look at anybody up and down, it would do nothing to me. And so they try to put sensation, give me like, now you saw her like this, you perceive her like that, you had this sensation, now you're implanting that in my memory. I saw her up and down, like, okay, that's nothing. But now you try to implant something, and that's what you do. They do anything they can. It's like, oh, but when you went to the mall, this person over there, or when you went to the outlet mall, and sometimes they just implant. So yeah, you saw her like that. It's like you're just implanting this stimulation, you're implanting this sensation, and you're implanting these perceptions. Like I said in October 2020, because I'm such a con man, I knew that you guys were doing that in 2020. Bunch of clowns. And they tell me I'm gonna be tortured, and this is like, no torture will make me subscribe to this false memory. I know you've been doing the falsified memory for a long time, and I don't subscribe to it, but I know I'm helpless on how my memory is gonna be manipulated. You go implant what you want, and sometimes what they do is like they bring up some other things, and they're like, "Oh, you see, this is a real memory, so this is not a false memory." And they send this disconnected clowns like it's true, and they say in this way, "It's your memory, it's our memory." It's like trash. It's the way you falsify, you alter my memories. Even the word falsify has been tried to negate it by the mind games they play. They alter memories, they manipulate the memories and change them in ways that paint you in the way they want you to be painted. And then they have clowns who can do things like that. To try to break into accepting these false memories. I'll never let them live their fantasy till the last breath. For this disconnect trash, please, like I said, this is not a threat. I'm not trying to intimidate you. I need to stand on what I'm saying. I'm prepping myself for whatever I need to do. There needs to be consequences for the things you guys do.